Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all having a great day today and we're all doing well. I thought it'd be quite a fun video to kind of rank the new 10 Pro Team R6 share skins that have just been released in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we get into this video, if you do go on to enjoy it, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new, because we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers and all help is appreciated. At the number 10 spot, I put the Ninjas in Pajamas set for Jager. In my opinion, when it comes to making a pro team skin, this is what you should not do. I personally believe this skin fails to deliver on what Ninjas in Pajamas skin should look like. If you look at their previous sets, the kind of more brownish bundles, like for Thermite and Glass, I definitely think they represented Ninjas in Pajamas much more, and you could actually tell it was a Ninjas in Pajamas set. When it comes to this Jager set, it really does not look like it's a pro team skin at all. It looks honestly more like something you'd get out of a blue or uncommon alpha pack. The weapon skin is alright, it's not my favourite, and the charm, I'm not really going to base anything off of the charms, because personally in my opinion I think all these charms are pretty bad. I'm not a fan of the charms. I think the team skin charms were good a few years ago when it was just the team logo, and obviously each year they're trying to change it up a bit, but I personally am not a fan of how they look this year. So yeah, I put the Ninjas in Pajamas set for Jager at number 10 purely because I think it just lacks creativity. It's a very basic skin. I'm not a fan of the color scheme, and yeah, I just don't really think it. I think they could have done a lot better when it comes to this set, especially for an operator such as Jager. So at the number 9 spot, I actually put the Natus Vincier set for SoFIA. Now, usually I am actually quite a fan of the Navi sets. I think the last rotation Mozzie one is a very nice set, and I do actually own that on my console account, and I am a big fan of that set. I quite like it a bit. When it comes to the SoFIA one, I feel just like the last one, it lacks a lot of creativity. When you look at some other sets, you can really see that they've incorporated the brand's icon. You can see that there's even more than a design just beyond the icon, and there's just a lot to the skin which makes it distinguishable as a pro team skin. When it comes to this Navi one, I really do not see much other than just the color yellow, which for one makes you stand out a lot, and there's also already a uniform very similar to this. If you guys remember all the way back at Outbreak when those packs were a thing, SoFIA had a full yellow hazmat suit uniform which looks very similar to what this is. I really think they should have added more design into the yellow of this uniform, maybe incorporated the logo a bit, you know, put the logo printed all over it, turn the opacity down so it's a bit faded, just add a bit more rather than just having a full yellow jacket, because honestly I just don't think it looks very good in my opinion. I think they could have incorporated the Navi logo much more when it comes to the entire yellow slate. I feel like it's very blank, and they could have went a lot more rather than just having the color yellow. Weapon skin is pretty nice, you know, Navi always have nice weapon skins in my opinion, and I think this color yellow scheme works nice on the weapon skin, but I definitely think for such a massive color palette and blank canvas they could have done on SoFIA, they could have added a much better design. So now moving on to the number 8 spot, it's kind of when it got a bit tricky, because I felt like it was quite easy to pick on the Navi and the Ninjas Pajama set, because I felt like there was a lot of issues when it comes to that. But moving on to this, I actually like a lot of the skins here more, and I feel like it was kind of hard to rank them. But for the number 8 spot, I actually put the Rogue set for Bandit, and there was a few reasons why I came to this conclusion to put it at number 8. For starters, the logo on this, so the actual team icon, is their old icon. They've actually had an icon change since this skin has been out. You know, it actually, the icon change was a few weeks, a decent amount of time before this skin released. Now obviously they made this skin when they still had this current icon which is on the skin, so that's the reason why it's not got the new icon. But that is one of the reasons I'm not so much the biggest fan of this set, as it has got an outdated icon. But when it comes to the actual operator itself, I feel like it was a bit basic. They went with their good old and, you know, pretty nice blue and orange color scheme, which I'm not going to deny it does look nice on the uniform and stuff like that, but I'm getting really tired of these same default headgears getting just a reskinned color palette. I really wish for the headgear like this we got something unique, like maybe you know, the headgear with Bandit where he's not got a mask on or anything, he could have like Rogue face paint, or my friend actually said it'd be quite cool if they had like a bandana on and it had like the Rogue logo on the bandana. I feel like they could have been a much more creative with that. Now I don't know if that's down to the team, because when we go onto the Space Station Gaming one, I do believe Zero has a new headgear sculpt for that, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know if it is down to the team whether they get to decide on what sculpt they use. But I really wish that that would be a thing that maybe we could have got, because Bandit has a lot of good sculpts, and a lot of operators have, you know, good headgear sculpts and uniform sculpts. I'm getting a bit tired of getting the same default, you know, sculpt but with just a different color change. Overall though, I do actually quite like the skin and the weapon skin and stuff like that. I don't think it's bad at any stretch of the imagination. I just gave my opinion on how I think it could be a bit better, and that's the reason why I put it at number 8. So number 7, I am actually going to go with the Team Liquid set for Ace. Now, I just want to start off in saying I am actually very happy with this set, and I am actually glad that they made it for Ace. I feel like a lot of these teams really comfort pick the operators which they want their skins made for, and I'm glad Team Liquid actually picked one of the newer operators in the game and finally added a skin for them, and I praise SSG for that as well for picking Zero. You tend to see the same operators getting picked every rotation for these pro teams. I really think there should be a lot of operators in this game which don't even have any pro team skins, should be getting some, and I'm glad that Team Liquid actually took that chance and picked an operator that hasn't been picked before. Moving on to the design of the uniform, I actually quite like it a bit. I like the black, white and gold colour scheme, and I like the headgear as well, and it's kind of got the patches around his mask. Same with the weapon skin. I think the weapon skin is a bit basic, and I think it could have the Team Liquid logo in it a bit more, but I definitely do think it's a nice weapon skin, headgear and uniform. It's definitely nice to see some team skins on some operators we've never seen them on before, and I do actually really like the fact that we got one for Ace, so that is a very good skin, and that is at number 7 on my list. So number 6 on my list, I actually put the Vitality set for Ashe. I think the set looks actually very nice. I like the color scheme of black, white and yellow. The headgear reminds me of one of the old Pro League headgears for Ashe, and I think that's probably what they were going for with this set, but with obviously the Vitality sort of logo integrated with it. I think this is definitely better than some of Vitality's older stuff. I was not a fan of the last Valkyrie set for Vitality. I thought it looked pretty bad. I wasn't a very fan of sort of the black and yellow lines. I just wasn't a very big fan of that design. And they continued that design with the R4C weapon skin in this, but I do think it looks pretty good on the R4C, and I definitely think the way they changed the uniform and headgear to kind of get less of that stripes and more of just the color scheme, but with also some different pattern with on the arm and stuff like that, and with the logos on her chest. Definitely nice, and it says Vitality down it and stuff like that, so I think it definitely looks very nice, and yeah, it's a great skin. Number 5 on my list, I put the Fnatic set for IQ and the weapon skin for the GAA1. I think Fnatic always has some of the nicest sets. They've had it for Nomad and Diana most recently, and now we have it on IQ. I really like the orange, white and black color scheme, and I really like how it just has Fnatic with a white box around it, and I quite like on the back of this one as well. Like I said, this is the default sort of sculpt for IQ, and I wish they would do more with more newer sculpts, but I like the way they've played around with it. And on the back where it actually says police, it has the Fnatic logo spray painted over it. I think that does look very cool, kind of like Fnatic's taken over it and stuff like that. And there's even some more details in this as well, her fingernails are actually painted orange with little Fnatic logos on it and stuff like that, so it's very good. I like the attention to detail in this one. I like the color scheme. I definitely think this is a great set, and I think Fnatic always makes great skins. Same with the weapon skin. I really like it a lot. Nearing to the top of the list at number 4, I put the FaZe Clan set for Valkyrie. Now, I like this set. I think the headgear, uniform and weapon skin are pretty good. I like the weapon skin most especially. It's kind of like a galaxy fading into black, and it says #FazeUp on it. Definitely really like the weapon skin for the MPX. However, the issue I have with this bundle is it just doesn't match with the weapon skin. And now, obviously, they're not forced to do that, but if you look at IQ's one, where it's much more consistent around the color scheme and stuff like that between the headgear, uniform and weapon skin, when it comes to Valkyrie's one, the weapon skin, headgear and uniform are completely different. The weapon skin, like I just said, is the galaxy design, whereas the headgear and uniform is kind of a black, white and red design. I definitely do think it looks cool. I like the fact that she's got red hair, and I definitely think this set looks nice together. However, purely because how it doesn't match the weapon skin and stuff like that, I had to kind of knock it down a bit. I do like the weapon skin, headgear and uniform, but I kind of like to match the stuff like that, and purely just because it doesn't do that, I kind of have to take points away from that, but I do think it's a great set that should be noticed, and that's why I did actually put it at number 4 in the list. At the top 3, for number 3, we have Mozzie. Now, I think TSM has been killing it with their skins recently. Last rotation, they had SoFIA, and that bundle is actually still available right now in the store to get. I really like the TSM ones. I don't really know how to describe what they give off the vibe of, but I just really like how it's got these patterns, markings on Mozzie's helmet, and he's also got these caution, red lines and black with grey and everything. It just looks so nice. They do it so well with how this looks. It reminds me of a dragon scale, and it kind of gives off classical Chinese art. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but the design definitely, you know, makes me think that way, and I just think they look incredible, and I just really like how they turn out, and I think they definitely do a great job with them. The weapon skin on the Commando 9 as well definitely looks very great. It matches this and stuff like that. I think it looks very cool. It'd be so cool if we had like weapon inspection as well, because the actual TSM logo on this weapon skin is at the very back of the gun, which you won't actually be able to see in first person. So I feel like if we had like weapon inspection, we could actually see more of the gun. But it does look very cool, and I really do enjoy this set a lot. At number 2 on my list, I put the Space Station Gaming set for Zero and the weapon skin for his SC3000K. Now, like what I was saying earlier, I do believe the headgear for this Zero is a new sculpt. I may be wrong. There may have been a headgear for Zero which came out, I might have missed it, where he has this sort of sculpt as a headgear, but I don't believe that exists. If I am wrong, you're all welcome to correct me in the comments, but that is one of the reasons why I like this so much. And design wise, I think it just looks very nice. The weapon skin is incredible. I think like the same way I like the TSM one, you've got like a color scheme of like black and gold, but they've also incorporated like their logo as well as a pattern alongside that logo to kind of finish it all off. Yeah, like with the weapon skin, for example, he's got like these white engravings on it and stuff like that, and I think the color scheme looks very well. And honestly, I just really like this set. It just looks so cool. It looks so clean. And one of the same reasons why I like Team Liquid's set is because it was for an operator we haven't had a skin on before. This is the first time we've ever had a pro team skin on Zero. That was the first time we had a pro team skin on Ace as well. I do think it looks very nice, and purely because of the reason as well why it's original and it's not like the same operator every rotation, you know, because I'm getting tired of getting the same skins for Jager, SoFIA, Ash, Bandit. It's nice to see it on a new operator and see some new designs come out of it and a bit of originality. I really like this Space Station Gaming set for Zero. And to top it all off, you've probably seen this one coming. It is the G2 Esports set for Vigil and the weapon skin for the SMG12. I made a video on this yesterday talking about how much I like this bundle and the things I like about it, and I'll go over it again briefly. It's just, I really like the color scheme. As always, I like how it's kind of like fractured different shards of the colors around the skin. I like how on the chest plate, the G2 logo is very faint on it, and then you've got it very clearly on his left breastplate, and it says hashtag G2 Army. And of course, the headgear itself is a direct design of the G2 logo itself, with the G2 actual written around it and his red eye on the left hand side, matching the G2 logo of the samurai, I believe it's meant to be. So it does look very cool, and I just really like the way this looks. This is one of the most creative pro team sets we've got, that they've incorporated their logo probably in the best way I've seen any pro team do that in any set that's been released in this game. And hopefully a lot of more pro teams, you know, kind of see this and think, right, maybe we need to, you know, step up our game a bit and not just release a simple skin with just the color scheme of our team. We really need to focus on incorporating our team's brand and logo into these skins. So there you go, that was my rating of all 10 brand new pro teams. I hope you guys did enjoy, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about my list, what you changed or what you disagree with, and maybe if you did agree. As always, massive shout out to my members: Abearah, Ryzen, Zerb1234, Joshua Gentry, Jade Jusoy, Aman Desai, RSA.Biggie, Reaper, Brian the Owl, Denis, Alonso Martinez, and Xalator Gaming. Have an incredible rest of your day. Hope you guys all stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Love you all. Peace.